In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how to create a protagonist that is exciting for your audience, whether they are watching or reading, and we also drive your story forward. Hi, my name is Lord Josh. I am a screenwriter and a story consultant. And like I said, today I'm going to be explaining to you how to create a protagonist that is good for your story, that will make people interested and want to follow your story through. Now, a protagonist is your lead character, is this person whose story we are telling. It does not have to be good, or she does not have to be good. She could be bad, but this is the person we are rooting for. This is the person whose story we are telling. Now, here is how to create a great protagonist that your audience, your readers, or your watchers will love. Number one, they need to have a goal they are trying to achieve. This is the first thing. What is the protagonist trying to achieve in the space of this story you are telling, in the movie or in the novel? What are they trying to achieve? What are they trying to get to? At the end of this story, how will you know and measure if they have been successful or not? Number two, do they have something to gain and something to lose? Are they motivated? Do they have stakes, something that they will lose if they don't achieve this goal? This is very important because if you are trying to achieve a goal without a motivation and nothing to lose, if you have obstacles in the way, you just give up and leave it. And people are not vested when they don't know what you have to lose. But if they know what the character has to lose, the protagonist has to lose, everybody is vested in them. They want to follow through to see how they will achieve it. Everybody can relate because maybe they've also had been motivated like that before. Something has happened to them that, they can relate with what this protagonist is going through. They have a reason to want to follow through and to find out what is going on. It's very important your protagonist has a goal, even if the protagonist is an assassin for hire, so he's doing it for money. Money is not always a good goal for stuff like that, but always give them something that is personal, something that is more emotional. You get what I'm saying? Now, it could be money. If they are emotional about money, it should be a reason they are emotional about. Number three, proactiveness. A protagonist does not wait for things to happen to them. They go out there and happen to things. A lot of people write stories and the protagonist is just reactive. That's why there are some stories you watch or you read and you love the antagonist more than the protagonist. Why? Because the antagonist is the one driving the action. He's the one taking the action to the protagonist. The protagonist is just reacting. That's not the right way. Your protagonist needs to step out there and take action. He needs to, initially in the beginning, something happens to the protagonist that changes them from their status quo to make them want to do something. But once they take the decision to work on it, they have to be proactive. They can't just sit back and allow things to keep happening to them. When a protagonist is like that and is just passive and waiting for stuff to happen, it does not drive the story forward. People don't follow that kind of protagonist. Number four, your protagonist needs strong conflict. I have a 3-month-old baby. If I put myself and pitch myself against my 3-month-old baby in a fight, nobody will come to see the fight because it's not fair. But if they put me and somebody who is my size or somebody who is bigger than me, and they say, okay, come and watch this fight, and I'm the protagonist, people are more interested because they know that I have a high chance of losing. So they want to see how I'm going to overcome the conflict. So you need to put strong conflict in front of your characters. Aaron Sorkin said this. He said that, or he didn't say it, he was quoting somebody too. He said, the storytelling is you drive your protagonist off a tree and then you start throwing stones at him. And then at the end, you find a way for him to come down. So that's the throw stones. Somebody also said this, that all the evil you don't want to happen to you in your own life, make them happen to your protagonist. You get what they're trying to say? What they're trying to say is you need to throw conflict, throw as much bad stuff you can at your protagonist and then watch them overcome. When they overcome it, that is what makes a strong protagonist. Finally, the protagonist needs to be flawed. Perfect protagonists are not cool, because there's nobody in this world that is perfect. And I always say that Jesus will be a bad protagonist for a story because he is perfect. So there's no space for character growth. So you need your characters to have, your protagonists to have flaws, because during the course of the story, there's something called the character hack of the protagonist. It's supposed to grow from one point to the other. So the story he goes through, the conflict he overcomes, is supposed to teach him something that will make him grow character-wise. To recap, here are the things that your protagonist needs to be rounded and also relatable and also drive your story forward. Number one, they need goals. Number two, they need motivation and stakes, something to gain and something to lose. Number three, they need to be proactive. They cannot be passive and waiting for things to happen. They need to go out there and make stuff happen. Number 4, they need strong conflict. You need to throw things at your protagonist that will be difficult to overcome, not something so easy and flimsy that they don't need to even put in a lot of effort to overcome them. And finally, they need flaws. They need something to be able to, they need an area of their life where they need to grow. And your story takes them on that growth journey. I hope this has helped you. If you are currently writing a story or you have an idea you are developing, you can answer these questions in the comments and I'll respond and let you know how well you are doing. Thank you.